to this shit ass, huh? Round with a big ass Drace in the car and make a fuck nigga bag up. What I look like, find out a bitch I already fucking had her.
Or anything, I will disclose this video is done without any bias at all. To begin with, this is a unique beef that when it was at its prime, I couldn't believe it was actually real. This seemed unreal because in 2018, after Von dropped Crazy Story and began to buzz and link with big artists, he linked up with Quando Rondo, which it is widely known to be very tied in with NBA Youngboy, aka Kentrell Gowden. They seem to have formed a genuine friendship. They even had matching outfits in a video that went viral that starred Quando Rondo dissing next to King Von, egging him on and saying GDK, that 63rd in St. Lawrence is broke. This video at the time when I saw it made me believe they were going to align with NBA, but I personally never saw Youngboy around King Von, not even one time, which seemed odd to me. I didn't see Youngboy ever diss King Von, but Von began to diss Youngboy in his songs and on Instagram lives, and Youngboy noticed that. And I'm sure that didn't sit right with him. There's a lot of speculation as to what may have started the beef such. Is Von supposedly paying for a feature, and Youngboy never cleared it, but that's a rumor I think is unlikely. What I believe sparked this is that Von began to be seen with Jania Meshel, Youngboy's first baby mother. As soon as the rumor of Von having a sexual relationship with Jania, it was on at that point because many blogs picked it up, such as The Shade Room. Youngboy began to diss back finally with songs such as I Hate Youngboy. Behind the scenes, there was a lot happening between the two camps, because somehow on the night of Friday, November 6th, they Oblak and Quando Rondo found themselves at the same hookah lounge in Atlanta. This night would change the lives of everyone there, such as King Von, Slotty Oblak, Louis BJ, and Muna Duke, and Muop, and a key figure in this lull Tim. To the public, it appeared it was just diss songs back and forth, but King Von, the alleged serial killer, decided to take it to the next step. Von was in a sprinter, according to 100 C-Track, his manager said Von was on an ecstasy pill and wasn't acting like himself. It is Von's album release party, so it doesn't surprise me he was off a ecstasy pill after about 15 minutes of them being there in the parking lot. Quando pulls up in a black SUV with Lol Tim with no intention of causing any harm to anyone. Quando expressed this himself in an interview he did with Angela Yee. Quando steps out the SUV and walks and runs into 40 Oblakians, and without hesitation you see Von piece up Quando. When this happens, Lol Tim comes from behind the SUV and started letting off shots to protect his friend. Quando, RONDO. When the smoke cleared, Lol Tim was shot and King Von was severely injured. Looked as if he lost mobility of his legs, but the gun jammed. King Von was rushed to the hospital in a Charger, and Oblak, Louis and Slutty were also rushed to the hospital. Lull self-transported to a hospital and stabilized. Unfortunately for Davon Bennett, aka King Von, he passed away that night. Now to the question of who won the war between King Von and Quando Rondo for KTA. You have to take into account the people lost on Von's side first, which is Louis and Slutty and King Von himself that night. Lol Tim managed to make it through and survive, even though he was arrested and later cleared of all charges due to self-defense. Quando left untouched that night as well. King Von was a Block's breadwinner, so they are back to robbing you for a 3-5 of mids. The only loss Quando took in this was the loss of his cousin Lol Pab that happened in an attempted hit on Quando's life in front of the Beverly Center in Los Angeles, California on August 2022. This would lead to the arrest of Dirk Banks, aka Lil Durk, on October 17, 2025 for murder for hire for the murder of Lil Pab. Now that King Von, the breadwinner for Oblak, is gone, they are back broke in Parkway Gardens and they can't get any support from Dirk Amamore since he is in the feds fighting for his life. They also lost a few important members that night, like I previously mentioned. Meanwhile, Lol Tum is alive, and so is Quando and NBA Youngboy. Von is gone forever, and Dirk possibly gone forever, due to the justice system, NBA. Youngboy will keep on making millions, and Quando will also when he is released from a small prison stint he is expected to be released mid-2026. I'd rather be alive than in the ground in penitentiary, therefore. Quando and Youngboy with Forcatre have won the battle. Rest in peace to the losses I mentioned. Stay tuned for more.